Hey, what's happening, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about something that if you start doing it, it will radically change your life. And I know what you're saying, Jesse, I hear you say radically change your life all the time, and I've tried this and it hasn't. Okay, if you have tried it and it hasn't, you haven't tried hard enough. You haven't committed to doing it. Just so you know, disclaimer. And number two, when I say it this time, I really mean it. Not that I don't mean it before. This time, though, I'm telling you from the heart that if you start putting this into practice right away, if you commit to doing this, this will radically change your life. This will eliminate stress. This will alleviate anxiety. This will recreate the way you look at yourself. This will recreate the way you look at other people. This will give you your permission to be complimented, receive compliments, receive love, and release the tension, the anxiety, the worry, the BS you have to tell yourself to justify why you're not getting those things. Okay, are you ready for this? You got to stop mind reading. You've got to stop mind reading. Unless you have a 1-900 number and your name is Mr. or Mrs. Cleo. You remember Mr. or Mrs. Cleo? Mrs. Cleo? Hi, welcome to my name, and I'm Miss Cleo, and I can tell you the future, and blah, 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 for $4.99 a minute, plus shipping and handling. Okay, that was probably a horrible accent impression, but I don't think hers was that great either. So unless your name is Mr. or Mrs. Cleo, you should not be reading people's minds. And what do I mean by that? You can't. You can't. Yet so many of us do. So much of our time, so much of our life, so much of our energy is spent trying to read somebody's mind. We walk around and before somebody says something, we just already know what they're thinking. We know what they're thinking. Oh, that person thinks I'm fat. Oh, she must be thinking this. Oh, he's thinking that. He's this, she's that, blah, 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 blah. Are they really? No, we have no idea. We have no freaking idea. Yet we'll put that idea into our mind and we're convinced ourselves that this must be what they're thinking. So much so to the point that when we actually stop to ask somebody and say, hey, are you thinking this about me? And they look at us and say, no. We respond. We wait. Say, oh, you're lying. That's not true. I know you were. And they say, what are you talking about? How do you know I was? Because I can read your mind. I can read your mind. No, you can't. You can't. But you do, and you try to. And what happens when you do this is you interject all these stories, all this make-believe land into here. And so then this space between here and here is filled with all this stuff that you don't even know to be true. And then it creates your reality. How many times in your mind have you told yourself that somebody thinks ill of you? How many times in your mind have you told yourself that somebody's talking crap about you or thinking negative thoughts about you? How many times in your mind have you made a decision to do or not to do something based on what you think somebody else is thinking or saying? Mind reading is a killer, and there is not a lot of good that's going to come from it, unless you're Mr. Cleo and you can charge $4.99 a minute plus shipping and handling. If you stop mind reading, and if you are going to mind reading, you just mind read in the best possible way. And even then, that takes a lot of practice. So I encourage you to stop mind reading, because if you stop mind reading, what you're going to do is you're going to free the space in here from judgment, from harshness, from criticism, from all those things. And you're going to give yourself permission to just start taking a human at face value. You're not going to have to read between the lines or assume or interpret what is meant behind anything. You're just going to be able to know. And how wonderful is that going to be for you? To know with certainty what's actually being spoken is what really is. And what's not being said is just that. It's what's not being said. Because here's the thing. A person who is in living their life, they have too much going on in here to really worry about anything about yours. And that's the truth, you guys. None of us are as important as we think we are to somebody else, because they have their own life to contend with. So give yourself a break, give them a break, stop reading minds, do it, and you are going to radically transform your life. I'll talk to you all soon.